They said no secret stays buried forever, and when hers came to light, it burned everyone who touched it. In the quiet town of Nteje, where everyone knew everyone's story, two women were the heartbeat of friendship, Amara and Ifelma. They were more than friends, they were sisters by choice, bound by love, laughter, and shared pain. Amara was married to a handsome man named Chidi, a successful trader known for his charm and generosity. Ifelma was still single, and though she often smiled, loneliness followed her like a shadow. Their bond was admired across town. People would say, if loyalty had a face, it would be theirs. But beneath the surface of their perfect friendship, something dark and dangerous was waiting to be born, a mistake that would shake the whole town to its core.
Amara and Ifeoma had grown up together, attending the same schools, eating from the same plates, and sharing secrets about their dreams. When Amara married Chidi, she made Ifeoma her maid of honor and even gave her a spare key to their house. "You are family," she told her. "This is your home too." Every Sunday after church, they would gather at Amara's house, cook and gist. The aroma of jollof rice, fried plantain, and pepper soup filled the air, while laughter and gossip echoed through the compound. Neighbors admired how close they were. But Chidi, who often joined their conversations, began noticing something else. The way Ifeoma's laughter lingered, the way her eyes held a secret softness whenever they met his. Ifeoma had never planned to feel that way. But as the months passed, her heart started betraying her mind.
One afternoon, Amara traveled to Enugu for a women's conference, leaving Chidi at home. She asked Ifeoma to help cook and check on him. She said, "You know how men can be. Make sure he eats well before I return." Ifeoma smiled, unaware of the storm about to begin. That evening, heavy rain began to fall. Ifeoma arrived drenched, her blouse clinging to her skin as she carried a pot of soup. Chidi opened the door, and for a moment, silence filled the space. She looked beautiful, fragile, yet strong. He said, "You shouldn't have come in this rain. You'd catch cold." They laughed, ate together, and shared stories to pass time. But the laughter turned to silence, and silence turned into something neither could control. One mistake, one night, a moment that would destroy everything they both held dear. When dawn came, the reality hit Ifeoma like cold water. She sat at the edge of the bed, trembling, unable to look at Chidi. "This can never happen again," she whispered. Chidi nodded, ashamed. "No one must ever know." But secrets have a way of living longer than the people who keep them. After that night, something changed. Ifeoma avoided Amara's calls. She stopped visiting, stopped laughing, stopped being herself. Amara grew worried. "Abi Ifeoma, did I offend you?" she asked one day, holding her friend's hand. Ifeoma forced a smile and said, "No, I've just been tired." But her eyes told another story. Inside her, guilt was eating her alive. And in the quiet of the night, she cried, praying for forgiveness that refused to come. It started as whispers, the kind that dances in the market between gossiping women.
Have you noticed how Ifelma no longer talks to Amara? They used to be like twins. Maybe something happened with Chidi. Amara laughed when she first heard the rumor. She said people just like to talk nonsense. But the seed of doubt had been planted. She began noticing the little things, the way Chidi looked away whenever Ifelma's name came up, the awkward silence when they met, and the tension she couldn't explain. One night, as she cleared Chidi's drawer, her hand brushed against a small bracelet, the exact one she had gifted Ifelma 2 years ago. Her heart skipped. "Why is this here?" she asked quietly, but Chidi had no answer.
Amara couldn't sleep that night. Her heart pounded in her chest. Early the next morning, she went to Ifeoma's house. Her knock was soft, but her voice trembled. "Ifeoma, please open the door." When she saw her, tears filled her eyes immediately. She didn't need to hear a word. She already knew the truth had found its way out. Amara stood silently, her face pale. "Tell me it's not true," she whispered. "Tell me my best friend didn't lie in my husband's arms." Ifeoma broke down, falling to her knees. "Amara, please, I'm sorry. It was a mistake. I didn't plan it. Please, forgive me." But forgiveness was too heavy for Amara's heart. She screamed, pushed her friend away, and ran out crying. That day, 2 hearts broke beyond repair, and their friendship died forever. It didn't take long for the story to spread. By the next morning, the entire town of Unteje was buzzing. In the market, at the hair salon, even at the church, everyone was talking about Amara, Ifeoma, and Chidi. "Ah, she slept with her best friend's husband. God forbid bad thing." Chidi couldn't go to work. Ifeoma was called names in the streets. Children mocked her, shouting "husband snatcher." Her mother wept, begging her to leave town for a while. Amara refused to speak to anyone. She locked herself in her room for days, refusing food, refusing comfort. The same mouths that once praised their friendship now fed on their pain. The scandal had swallowed them all. Weeks passed, but the pain only grew sharper. Amara filed for divorce, refusing to even look at Chidi again. He tried to apologize, but she said nothing. Her silence was louder than any scream. Ifeoma, now isolated and disgraced, packed her things and left Nteje. But wherever she went, the shame followed her. She could still hear Amara's voice in her mind. "You were my sister, Ifeoma. My sister." That single line haunted her like a curse. Chidi lost his business soon after. People stopped trusting him. It was as if God himself had turned his face away. Every lie, every betrayal came back to destroy him. 5 years later, the town had moved on. Amara had rebuilt her life. She ran a small clothing boutique and found peace in her faith. But one afternoon, she saw a familiar face by the roadside, Ifeoma. She looked thin, tired, and lost. Their eyes met, and time froze. Ifeoma fell to her knees, crying, "Amara, I'm not here to beg for friendship. I just want you to forgive me so I can live in peace." For a moment, Amara said nothing. Then she took a deep breath and whispered, "I forgave you a long time ago, but I can never forget." They stood there in silence as tears rolled down both their faces. It wasn't reconciliation, it was release.
That evening, as Amara walked home, she looked at the setting sun and felt a strange calmness. The wound still hurt, but it no longer controlled her. Ifeoma left again that night, this time for good. No one knew where she went, but people said she became a church worker somewhere far away, dedicating her life to helping women avoid her mistakes. Amara never remarried, but she raised her son with strength and wisdom. She often told him, in life, trust is more fragile than glass. Once broken, you can never make it whole again. And somewhere deep down, Ifeoma learned that some mistakes don't just ruin friendships, they destroy souls.